Asato. Number 5, Maya Stice. Number 6, Emily Reardon. Number 8, Morgan Reyes. Number 11, Kayla Murakami. Number 12, Courtney Wiedemann. Number 13, Janessa Barton. Number 14, Riley Reese. Number 22, Nicole Eiline. Number 25, Danielle Pineda. Number 28, Madison Hall. And number 29, Hannah Teston. Now the starting 11 for the Golden Eagles enters today's match with a 14-4-2 record. At goalkeeper, wearing number 0, Riley Urquiza. A midfielder and forward, number 3, Annalisa Janovic. A midfielder forward, number 4, Sophia Munoz. At midfield, number 7, Riley Walkington. Midfielder, number 9, Daniela Filipovic. In the midfield, wearing number 10, Olivia Ocampo. At defender, number 16, Maddie Classy. In the midfield, number 17, Gabby Breton. At forward, number 18, Jaden Carrillo. A defender, number 19, Brianna Guerra. In the midfield, number 24, Layla Como. Fans, your Concordia Golden Eagles. And now let's meet the Western Washington University Vikings, the number 2 seed out of the West region, entering today's match with a 15-2-4 record. The Vikings are coached by Travis Cannell, assistant coaches are Claire Morgan and Jamie Arthurs. First, the non-starters for the Vikings in numerical order. Number 0, Abigail Trunga. Number 11, Ellie Busick. Number 12, Zola Carbone. Number 13, Allison Lepp. Number 17, Sophie Beardencroft. Number 18, Quinn Cassing. Number 21, Kaylee Etherington. Number 24, Chloe Unflat. Number 27, Grace Whale. Number 29, Emily Rice. Number 30, Abby Suchi. Number 31, Minji Rauch. And number 32, Micah Carr. And now the starting 11 for the Vikings. The goalkeeper wearing number 28, Claire Henniger. At defender wearing number 2, Asia Harden. A midfielder wearing number 4, Morgan Monalili. Forward, number 7, Diana Diaz. A defender wearing number 8, Jaden Wynn. In the midfield, number 9, Peyton Neal. At forward, number 10, Claire Potter. At defender, number 15, Katie Watt. A midfielder, number 19, Tara Zemer. At defender, number 22, Keisha Muscat. And at forward, number 23, Estera Levente. Fans, your Western Washington University Vikings. With the South Central Regional game played earlier today, we already played our national anthem, so we'll go right into game action.
Hello and welcome to Harrington Field for this West Regional final matchup between the Western Washington University Vikings and Concordia University Irvine Golden Eagles. The biggest match of the season here at Harrington between two teams who are red hot, who've caused some big upsets and gotten some big wins on the road here to the round of 16, as it were. Both of these teams fighting for an opportunity to play in the national quarterfinals on Saturday against the Colorado School of Mines, who won their South Central Regional matchup against Dallas Baptist just a couple hours ago. For Concordia University Irvine, this is uncharted waters, their first NCAA tournament appearance, and they picked up 2 big wins against Cal State LA, and then the number 1 seed, Hawaii Hilo. They went to Hilo and handed them their first home loss of the season, 2-1 in overtime, to advance, come to Harrington, and play in the biggest match of their program's history against a Western Washington University squad who are quite the opposite. 4 regional titles in Western Washington's history, a 2016 national championship. This is the 8th time WW has hosted NCAA championship games in a season. All of those have been in the last 9 seasons. This is their 6th West Regional Final. They are a dynasty program that has had a bit of a chokehold over this West region for a long time now. And they're coming out here against the Cinderella Concordia University Irvine and trying to stop the fairy tale for the Golden Eagles and advance to the quarterfinal on Saturday, which will also be on their home turf. Western Washington owes CUI a bit of gratitude for defeating Hawaii Hilo and allowing them to host these matches at Harrington, because Western Washington has used Harrington Field as a bit of a fortress. 3 of the times that they've advanced beyond the West Regional Final, it has been at home. And at Harrington, it is nigh impossible to get a victory or even a point. Only 1 loss this season came against Western Oregon in a game where Western Oregon only put 3 shots up on the board. 2 of them went in, though. But besides that, CUI is actually the only other team who's been able to score on the Vikings in Harrington this season. An early non-conference matchup ended 1-1 between these 2 squads. CUI and Western Oregon, the only teams to score against the Vikings at home. 3 goals in total conceded this season by the blue and white. CUI, though, joining the NCAA in 2015 from NAIA. And now 7 years later, they make their first tournament appearance and cause a shock in Hilo. Pick up 2 historic victories for their program. Could not be any more of a difference between the history of these 2 teams as far as the postseason goes. Claire Henninger, the starting goalkeeper for the Vikings this season, boots that one long. Henninger's had a great season. One of the top goalkeepers in the West region. Second in the West region in goals against average, 5.25 goals against. Third in the West region with 9 clean sheets. And that's just coming into the postseason. Also picked up a clean sheet in Western Washington University's 1-0 victory over Point Loma in the West region semifinal last week. Point Loma came into this as the 3rd seed, Western the 2 seed. Getting the job done at home did the Vikings. CUI, 5th seed out of 6 in this West region, making a run all the way to the finals. Western Washington, no time to think about that right now, though. The seeding goes out the door when it's a do-or-die game. Things can change very quickly. We saw an upset earlier today. Colorado School of Mines defeating the number 1 squad in the nation in Dallas Baptist 1-0. More unlikely things have certainly happened. Western Washington will have to be on their game today to knock off the Golden Eagles. They quickly break down the right side with Morgan Monalili. Monalili running into the box. Shoulder to shoulder with the defense. Still fighting for it. Does get the ball now. Gets it in the middle. Shot is parried away. Blair Potter had the shot there. Blocked away by the goalkeeper, Riley Urquiza. Early opportunity for the Vikings with less than 3 minutes gone. Morgan Monalili had a great run. Was working against Riley Reese, on that near side. Corner whipped in by Monalili towards the net. Scramble, and it's sent away. Tana Diaz had a crack at that one, but sent it wide. Goal kick for the Golden Eagles. CUI finished the season 14-4-2 overall. That is their highest win total in their NCAA history as a program. Picked up 11 wins in their inaugural NCAA season. This is their second time getting in double digits, and an opportunity here. Morgan Monalili has a shot, puts it on goal, and it's in! It's an early opener for the Western Washington Vikings. They make a statement at Harrington. Within 4 minutes, the freshman of the year, Morgan Monalili, makes it 1-0. A dream start for the Vikings. And the Cinderella team, Golden Eagles, immediately learning that this is not going to be an easy step forward. Olays from the crowd at Harrington. Morgan Monalili continues to dominate in her freshman year. GNAC Freshman of the Year, GNAC Tournament Player of the Tournament. And picks up her first goal in NCAA postseason tournament play. The one goal in the first game the Vikings played here at Harrington last week against Loma, coming from Esther Leventi. Morgan Monalili continues her incredible debut season. And immediately, Vikings showing that they are, in fact, the favorites in this match. 3 shots already in the first 5 minutes, one of them finding the back of the net. 2 saves out of Riley Urquiza. And there's a foul called for the Vikings. This is an area where you can get the ball into the box. CUI did go down 1-0 against Hilo in their West Region semifinal matchup. Equalized in the second half and picked up the winner in overtime. So this is a team not unfamiliar to being the underdog and trailing on the road. CUI earned an at-large bid this season, partly because of their 2-1-1 record against nationally ranked opponents. Finished third in a stacked Pac West conference behind Hilo and Point Loma, and now making a run down the middle of the pitch. Back to Monalili, cuts it back, trying to find Esther Leventi. Muska comes in, maintains possession. That classic high press from the Vikings. We've seen it all year at Harrington, just penning the other team in their own half for so much of the match. Just continuing that pressure. And the story has been so far this season, eventually something on that defensive end. The opposition squad breaks down and the Vikings take advantage. Foul in the middle of the park is committed by Diana Diaz on Daniela Filipovic. Now, this is a set piece that CUI can try to work into the box. Standing over the free kick will be Jaden Carrillo. Carrillo, one of the leading offensive threats for this Golden Eagles squad. 11 goals and 7 assists, by far the point leader for CUI. Looking to whip this one into the box, lofted in, headed away there by Wynn. Carrillo controls it nicely there. In the box, working against Potter, and now the captain, Diana Diaz, puts her foot behind it, sends it away. One of the players the Vikings will be missing in this match is senior Karina Provo. Picked up broken bones in her foot in that match against Point Loma. disappointing end to a great collegiate career for Karina Provo. Battled through a lot of injuries in her collegiate career, 2 ACL injuries. Picked up her first collegiate goal this season, the winner against SPU at home at Harrington in the regular season. And unfortunately, her season comes to an end before the Vikings season does. But this is a squad with a lot of depth. Peyton Neal stepping up in her place today. She's been an asset off the bench this season, but making the start in the biggest match of the year for the Vikings. Neal's made 19 appearances this season, just 2 starts though. Scored a single goal. Sliding tackle there from Musket. And now it's taken back by Zemer. Diaz gives it to Musket, back to Zemer. Potter making a run. Zemer tries to feed her. It does get to Potter now. In the middle. Sarah Levinte's waiting for it. Doesn't get to her. Zemer trying to track over to it. Takes a touch off a knee. Now it's up in the air. Potter gets it under control now. It's taken back there by Olivia Ocampo. Only as far as Musket on the clearance though. Monalili working right. Looking towards the middle. Sends it in. Top of the box. Neal runs after it. 50-50 ball taken over now. Filipovic trying to start a counterattack. Gives it up to Walkington. Walkington second on the team in goals. Scored a beautiful goal in overtime in Hilo to send the Golden Eagles through. And here to Harrington. CUI has just about 75 minutes to find an equalizer or more. Three Vikings converge around CUI, but they break the press and move it across midfield. Far side, Annalisa Jonovic taken off her. Asia Harden with it. Lays it off to Levinte. Always dangerous and crafty on the left wing. Cuts it inside now. Still running with it to Levinte. Lays it off now to Diana Diaz. Diaz looks towards goal. Now lays it off to Monalili. Monalili trying to get it through to Diaz, but coming out to collect that one by Riley Urquiza. Vikings looking dangerous in attack with their link-up play. Zemer and Potter applying pressure. They almost get it back in a very dangerous area. And this is something CUI is going to have to deal with all match. Having 3-4 players in your face, even at the back line. Not a moment's rest playing against the Vikings at Harrington. Back to Gabby Breton. Breton gets it up. Foul there is committed by Keisha Muscat against Jaden Carrillo. Now Gabby Breton stands over the free kick. And for CUI, the playoffs have been a story of rematches. They played 2 conference opponents. They played Cal State LA, who they played earlier in the season. Picked up a win. Played Hilo, who they played earlier in the season. Picked up a win. And now their 3rd consecutive rematch in the playoffs against the Vikings. Now for the Vikings, they certainly cannot let their foot off the gas with this 1-goal lead. Concordia University is actually 14-1-2 in games where they have held their opponents to just 1 goal. This is a team not unused to coming back from 1-0 deficits and picking up wins. Vikings are going to have to keep pushing if they're going to want to try to put this one away in any sense of the word. Monalili fighting for that one, heads it forward. It'll go out for a goal kick despite Claire Potter's best efforts. On the attack for CUI, Carrillo is the player to watch, named the D2 California Conference first team all-region this week. Scored the game-tying goal against Hilo to force extra time. Also leads the Golden Eagles in goals, points, shots, and shots on goal this season. So on the attack for CUI, look out for number 18. Diaz with it. Back to Wynn, back to Diaz now. Diaz gets it to Levinte. Levinte tries to get it around there, but it's kicked out for a throw-in. That one goes far side. Monolili has a chance to run onto it in the box now. Tries to send it in, blocked away well there was Olivia Ocampo there to defend, clean up the danger. Zemer now lays it off to Neal. Peyton Neal fakes and goes right. Two defenders around her, taking off her there. Be a yellow card issued here. Yellow card, I believe, was issued to Jaden Carrillo on the tackle of Peyton Neal, and all of a sudden the Vikings have a free kick in a very dangerous position. Monolili standing over this one has been known to put it on net or put it into the middle. So if you're Riley Urquiza right now, you need to be careful of getting caught in two minds on if the ball is going to go direct or into the box. It'll be hard to cover both of those angles. Urquiza commanding the two-player wall right now. Trying to get everyone in position for this set piece from Morgan Monolili. Lofted into the middle. Headers up. Saved and put in! But the flag is up on the near side. Tara Zemer got the last touch on that one off of a great save from Urquiza from the header. Urquiza sprawling to her right side in the air, just potted away, and Zemer on the follow-up was just a few feet offside. Urquiza, the freshman out of Huntington Beach, making a big impact on that save right there. Perfectly executed set piece. And just barely, it remains 1-0 Vikings. Claire Potter tries to send it forward, but it's picked off by that back line. Peyton Neal fighting for it, gets it up to Zemer. And booted away again. Missed touch there by Riley Walkington. Neal takes it back and gets all the way back to Henniger. Henniger lays it off to Watt. Watt, part of this Vikings defense that's been one of the best in the nation, conceding just around half a goal per game, while scoring almost 2 per game. Yet another dominant season for the Vikings. Perennial powerhouse in the West region and in D2 as a whole. Ranked in the national top 10 for the vast majority of this season. Katie Watt wins it there against Carrillo, but gives it away now. On the break. Como can't get it out from under her feet, but now they move down the left side with Gabby Breton. Breton cuts it inside around Monolili. Nice little move by Breton. Can't get it past Peyton Neal, though. Walkington with it. Looks towards the middle, now looks back. Good touch by Como, sends it forward to Walkington. Tries to get it head to Carrillo, but picked up by Katie Watt. Back to Henniger, who boots it downfield, beyond midfield now. Potter chasing after it, wins a throw-in. Vikings coming off regular season GNAC championship tournament in the GNAC, also victorious. 3-0 victory against Simon Fraser, 1-0 victory in the final against Northwest Nazarene University. It was Morgan Monolili who scored the winner in that one. In 3 elimination games this season, they are undefeated, and they also have not conceded in tournament games yet this season. The tough task they had against Loma last week was breaking down one of the best defenses in the nation, a team that had had 6 straight shutout victories, but they put up a goal off the foot of Esther Levinte. and held on for the 1-0 victory. Now they find themselves in a very favorable position at home, up 1-0 against 5-seed CUI, with the chance at the national quarterfinals on the line. Katie Watt, nice little touch to get it to Monolili. Muscat takes it over. Up to Carrillo. Monolili still pressing, trying to win it. Gets a touch on it, just sends it out for a throw-in though for the Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles have played the majority of their program's history in NAIA. This might be the breakout season the program needs to start establishing themselves in the Pac West Conference. It's a team with a lot of senior presence. That ball's played forward. Well done by Muscat there to cut out that through ball. Still running onto its Carrillo. But sent away now. Monolili sends it forward to Potter. Potter in a foot race with Jaden Carrillo. Carrillo wins it. Throw in for CUI, finds Filipovic, sends it back to Breton. Taken over by Neal. Vikings get it back to that back line. They like to build from the back. Reset with Watt and Hardin. Find the opening and be patient on the attack. They're used to controlling a lot of possession at home. They have time. They can afford to be slow in the build-up. Walkington. Back now to the 10, Olivia Ocampo. Back to Walkington. Walkington pressured, but keeps it with CUI. Filipovic gets it on the far side now. Munoz. Controlled by Guerra. Just boots it downfield. Headed back by Hardin. Hardin's been a bit of an Ironman player for the Vikings this year. The freshman's played every minute. One of the best defenses in D2. As this ball's over the top for Walkington, looks dangerous. Walkington has to cut it back, and a couple defenders get there. Hardin is there on the cover defense, takes it over. Good recovery from the Vikings there. Almost a real dangerous ball over the top to Walkington. Vikings are 12-1-0 in their program history in home playoff matches. That's dating back to 2013 when they played at Orca Field at Whatcom Community College in the north of Bellingham, Washington. Harrington Field overall, Western has a 77-5-5 record. That is a .914 winning percentage here at Harrington. They were shocked earlier this season by Western Oregon. Near the end of the season, came out strong in their next home match though and secured the GNAC regular season championship with a convincing victory against St. Martin's. Monolili applying pressure now to Breton. Breton keeps it under control. Back to Breton now. Zemer with the press. Kicks it out for a throw-in for the Golden Eagles. Now for this West region, the road to the championship runs through the Pacific Northwest, with Harrington Field being the host to both this West Region final and the national quarterfinal on Saturday. That ball's lifted into the box. A little bit of a missed touch at the top of the box. Emer chasing after it. Jaden Wynn gets on it. The Final Four for NCAA D2 will be hosted by Seattle Pacific University. Just about an hour and a half down the road on I-5. Vikings, if they can advance out of this West region, would, in a way, be a bit of a home side in that Final Four. They got a lot of work to do before they can get to that point. They need to pick up a win today against a scrappy CUI team that's just made a historic Cinderella run through the West region so far this year. Ball played forward. Missed touch by Diaz, but it's kept under control by Potter. Wynn gets it over to Levente. Levente tries the ball through, but Potter wasn't making the run there, and it'll go out for a goal kick. CUI will need to find an equalizer unless their season is to end today at Harrington. That is not an easy task against a Vikings team that tied for 9th in D2 with 13 shutouts in the regular season. 4th in the West region with 1.85 goals per game. Morgan Monolili now with 9 goals on the season leads the Vikings. Second place on that team is Stera Levente with 8 goals. Levente was the hero against Point Loma Nazarene last week in a tightly contested match. Potter tries to get it around the defender, but trickles out on the far side for a throw-in. 22 minutes and change on the clock. Vikings still holding that 1-0 lead. CUI has not been able to put a shot on goal yet. GNAC Team of the Year player Claire Henninger has not been troubled yet by the Golden Eagles. Ball played up to Filipovic. And now back with Carrillo. High press, boots it back for a second, still controlled by CUI though. Last player back is Brianna Guerra. Almost more blue shirts than green shirts in this defensive end for CUI. They do well to break the press though. Keisha Muscat plays it up to Zener. Zima running forward with it. Plays it off to Monolili. Nice little move there from Muscat, the defender, to get around. Put it into the middle. Potter trying to get on it. Tapped away. Diana Diaz chasing after it, but it is sent all the way away by CUI. They have 3 players against 4 on the counterattack. Looking for Walkington in a foot race with Henninger. Henninger will get there first, though. Now, if the Vikings do advance to play the Colorado School of Mines on Saturday, it'll be a sibling rivalry match as Morgan Monolili's identical twin sister featuring for Colorado School of Mines off the bench today. Both of them out of Shoreline, Washington. This ball played up by Filipovic. Filipovic sees a brick wall ahead of her and turns around. Taken away by Neal. Neal's been very solid in just her second start of the season, filling in for senior Karina Provo. Good job of bossing the midfield and anchoring that back line. Ball goes all the way back to goalkeeper Henninger. Plays it off to Asia Harden. Harden carrying it herself up the field. Now does lay it off to Wynn. Wynn across midfield. Looking for Claire Potter, making the run down the left side. It's headed back though. Ball all the way to the other corner. Nobody was there. Monolili had cut towards the middle. Little miscommunication there between Diana Diaz and Morgan Monolili. Gives possession away for a goal kick. We'll see our first substitutions of the match. Coming into the game will be Emily Rice alongside Sophie Bearden-Croft, replacing Claire Potter and Jaden Wynn. Bearden-Croft, often off the bench, comes into that target player role at the top of the Vikings formation. Bearden-Croft still looking for her first goal of the season. Emily Rice with 2 goals and 2 assists in 21 appearances. 4 starts for her this year. Player goes down, no whistle though. Carrillo with it. It's off to Walkington. Walkington trying to play Carrillo forward. Ball skips by Harden but gets through to Watt. 18 minutes on the clock in this first half. Musket plays it up, looking for Bearden-Croft. There to defend is Maddie Clacy. Clacy lets it run out for a goal kick. We're going to see some more substitutions now for the Vikings, as replacing Peyton Neal will be Abby Succi. Succi, the freshman defender out of San Clemente, California. This Vikings squad, while being one of the best in the West region, is also a team that gets a lot of its firepower from its younger members. Morgan Monolili, GNAC Freshman of the Year. Claire Potter, also one of the top scorers on this Vikings squad, also a freshman. Potter picking up 4 goals, go along with 3 assists this year. As I mentioned, Harden anchoring that back line in defense, also a freshman. It's a team with a lot of potential going forward. They are going to be a problem for opposition in the GNAC and in the West region as a whole for years to come. That'll be a foul called against, I believe, Tara Zemer. Tackle against Jaden Carrillo draws the referee's eye. Our head referee for today is Will Nichols, assisted by Charles Woolley. And R.C. Hefner. Free kick at midfield will be taken by Guerra. Takes a little deflection off the face of Musket. Does the job though as it gets back to Bearden-Croft. Musket looks upfield, now turns it back to Katie Watt. Watt gets it all the way back to Hanninger, the goalkeeper. Good crowd on hand on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Vikings have been hosting a lot of soccer here at Harrington, and they couldn't have gotten better weather for it all season. Only 1 game this year has been under inclement weather in Bellingham, something we are not used to. Lavente's trying to fight for this one. It kept away by Sofia Munoz, and now it's going to go all the way back to the goaltender, Urquiza. Support in the stands at Harrington as well as on the hills surrounding the field. Massive weekend of athletics at Western Washington University, hosting the West Regional in volleyball as well, right now in fact. Games being played in Carver Gym. Also the opening of the women's basketball schedule happening this weekend. Those games had to be sent to Whatcom Community College. Carver Gym was full up with volleyball. Big shout out to everyone at Western Washington Athletics who's making this crazy weekend of athletics happen. Ball sent forward, looking for Walkington. Nice touch by Walkington, had to keep that under control. Cuts it towards the middle now, running with it herself. Looks up, cuts it back, gets around Musket, has a crack at goal, wide right. Wasn't too far off. Henniger was confident in that one going wide though. And Morgan Monolili, the goal scorer, will come off. Makes way for Minji Rauch, freshman out of Renton, Washington. Rauch often playing a rotation role off the bench this year. He's picked up 2 goals in 14 appearances. Hasn't made a start this season, but still good contribution from the freshman. Watt plays it up to Musket. Back to Rauch. Rauch cuts it back, looks upfield. Back to Musket. Vikings will reset. Musket takes it herself, takes a tumble, draws a throw in, no whistle on that. Vikings thought that was a free kick called on Musket going down, but it was just a throw in. Thrown to Beardencroft. Taken away by the Golden Eagles. Turning upfield with it's Ocampo. Gives it up to Riley Walkington. Picked off. Abby Succi tries to send it forward for Beardencroft. Kicked high up in the air, chasing after it to Stera Levente. Levente trying to work against two defenders. Has it taken off her though. Still battling for it. She wins it back. Good work rate from Levente. And now on the far side, Minji Rauch, top corner of the box. Tries to get the cross in, takes a deflection. She'll let that one go out for a corner kick for the Vikings. In defense, sending it out of bounds was Olivia Ocampo. Minji Rauch doing a good job during the corner though. Going over to take the corner will be Emily Rice. Spirits are higher at Harrington after that early goal from Morgan Monalili. They're trying to add another one here off the corner. Low corner comes in. Dangerous in the box. Bouncing around. Fighting for its Musket. Now top of the box with Rauch. Can't connect there with Abby Succi. And it's cleared away. Back with Harden now. Harden with space to run with it herself down the wing. Gets a throw in. That'll be a throw in for the Golden Eagles. Throw in goes directly back to Levente though. Beardencroft puts it into the box. Nobody's there. They'll go for a goal kick. Concordia coming out of a stacked conference this year in the Pac West with 3 Pac West teams finishing in the top 4 in the West Region tournament. Hawaii Hilo making the West Region semifinals alongside Point Loma. But Concordia, finishing 3rd in the Pac West this season, is the one who's advanced all the way to the finals. They finished with a 7-2-1 conference record. An impressive feat and a strong conference this year. Running forward with it now is Breton. Breton defenders around her. Watt clears it away. CUI with a 5-game win streak. They've won 8 of their last 9. Earning that at-large bid. They've earned 2 historic victories to get to this point, but if they don't find an equalizer, their season will be ending at Harrington, as so many have over the years. It's just so tough to come into this field in a playoff situation and knock off the Vikings. Lente working with it, loses it near midfield there. Ball played forward, trying to find Walkington. Watt does well. Katie Watt, the last line of defense. Very calm. Stops that counterattack in its tracks, and now it's up with Musket. Lays it off to Minji Rauch. Looking towards the middle. Beardencroft with it. Takes a touch off the defender. That'll go out for a Vikings throw. Will be taken by Minji Rauch down by that corner, but first we'll have a substitution for the Vikings. Entering the game, senior Allison Lepp out of Minot, North Dakota. Rauch throws it in, tries to find Beardencroft. Beardencroft gets it back to Rauch. That one might have taken a deflection off of a Concordia player, but it's kept in bounds. No corner kick. But Rauch controls at the top corner of the box instead. Top of the box is Lepp. Tries to square up a shot. Now lays it off to Beardencroft. Beardencroft, the shot takes a deflection. It's easily picked up off the ground by Urquiza. Beardencroft was in a real good spot there, but the defender came in just in time to block the toe tap attempted shot. Allison Lepp made 5 appearances this season up to this point. Senior's had a great impact whenever she's come into the field. Just brings a lot of energy, especially in that high press, high work rate, fighting for every single ball. So that'll be a foul on the far side. Little collision between 3 or 4 players. It'll be a free kick for Concordia. Far side laid off to Walkington now towards the middle. Trying to dribble it forward, taken off her by Harden. Harden tries to spring the counter with Lepp. Lepp looks ahead, cuts it back now. Sends it forward, looking for Levinte. That one will reach Levinte. Working against Munoz. Trying to work it around her, tries to cut it back. Still Levinte. Just can't keep it in bounds. Would have been very impressive of Levinte to keep that one in bounds in the box, but just over the line for a goal kick. Under 8 remaining in this first half. CUI, 1 shot on the board, and it did not trouble Claire Henniger. It has been a dominating first half from the Vikings. Showing their class as one of the best teams in not only the West region, but in the nation in D2. Suffered elimination last season in the West Region Final here at Harrington. They've come back with a vengeance this year, as they have time and time again, and that is a tough foul on the far side. Crowd wants a yellow card for that one. There's a clash on the far side between Jaden Carrillo. But no card was brandished. Played up to Carrillo, heads it forward. Walkington did not make the run though. Katie Watt will collect and play it back to Henniger. Lifts the ball forward to Musket. Musket sends it high up in the air towards midfield. Headed back to Musket now. Minji Rauch can't control that one. Taken over by CUI and taken back immediately by Rauch. Rauch then, tough tackle, no foul called. Vikings might have counterattacking numbers here. Estera Levinte on it. Good defense there from Sofia Munoz. And now play will be stopped. Injury on the near side. Looks to be Layla Como. Down on the ground, holding her ankle. It's that left knee of Como after the collision with Minji Rauch. Concordia teammates coming over showing concern for the junior out of Corona, California, Layla Como. Como now up to her feet. She's going to need help getting off the field. You never like to see that. Como now to the sideline. She will be replaced on the field and does not look like she'll be able to return to this match. Coming in for the substitutions, Maya Stice. Stice, the freshman at Gilbert, Arizona. Play restarts now with just over 6 remaining in the first half. Collision on the far side draws a whistle. CUI still looking for their first threat on goal. They've been very penned into their own half. Long ball towards the box. Top of the box is cleared away by Zemer. Played up looking for Beardencroft. Beardencroft controls it. Nice little turn. Gets it up to Levente. Levente on the run down the left. Cuts it back towards the middle. Tries to find Beardencroft. Picked up instead by Guerra. Long ball over the top looking for Walkington. Goes off the back of Watt and does fall to Walkington. Sends it forward for Stice. Stice collision there with Katie Watt. Looks no worse for Ware. Hard-nosed defending from Katie Watt. Carrillo with it. Working against Stucci. Stucci sends it into the box. That'll go back for a throw-in for CUI. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Concordia needs to turn the momentum of this game either now or after the whistle. If this continues, it is very unlikely they'll be able to find an equalizer. Levente with a nice little turn. Just give it to her, watch her work. Plays it over to Zemer now. Play will be stopped again. Be another injury timeout. This time it'll be Daniela Filipovic. Looks to be on her feet now though. Trying to walk off. Looks to be a little ding to the left leg. Filipovic will return to play without an issue. It'll be a drop ball here on the near side. Be with Musket. Musket will maintain possession. Give it up to Watt. Feeds it back to Musket. Musket can't take that one under control. Throw in CUI. Touch there by Carrillo. Back to Musket. Keisha Musket fighting for it. Maintains possession now. 2 defenders around her. Now it finally bouncing around, taken by Tara Zemer now. And back to Watt. Good job by Musket and Zemer to maintain possession under a lot of pressure there. Far side to Levente. Levente, ball over the top, looking for Lepp. Beardencroft also in the area. Lepp trying to get there. Kept off the ball by Brianna Guerra. Strong shoulder from Guerra earns the goal kick for the Golden Eagles. Minji Rauch with it. Trying to get it forward. Levente's in the middle, but it's booted back to Zemer, now all the way back to Musket. Musket looks towards the box, sends it up. Beardencroft in the middle there. Chance to take a shot for Beardencroft. Here comes the shot, and it's wide right. Bouncing ball. Beardencroft squared it up. Didn't get fully clean contact on it. It goes wide to the right side. Second opportunity Beardencroft has had in the box. Vikings doing a very good job of feeding it to the danger areas. Keisha Musket. Early cross towards the middle. Falls maybe for Lepp. Sent back up in the air now. Chasing it, Zemer. Zemer sends it back to Musket. Musket has it taken over now by Ocampo. Ocampo feeds it back to Gabby Breton. Running forward is Breton. Stice next to her. Tries to get over to Walkington. It does get to Walkington. Off the side of Emily Rice, back to Walkington, who cuts it back. Running after it's Carrillo, but it's booted away long by Katie Watt. Watt, as usual, has been very solid in defense, letting nothing by her. This one's through to Walkington. Trying to play it through for Carrillo. Carrillo's got space in the box to shoot off the side netting. Bit of a deceptive one. I believe some of the Concordia fans thought that one had nestled into the top corner, but it was the outside of the net. That might be one of the best opportunities Concordia's had in the game. Carrillo saw a little bit of space to shoot and knew that with the way that this half is going, she just had to pull the trigger. Wasn't too far off either for the leading goal scorer and point getter for the Golden Eagles. Lepp battling for it, wins it back, gets it to Beardencroft, lays it off to Zemer. Zemer looks to switch the play to the left side with Emily Rice. Levente ahead of her. Rice carrying it herself, though. Minute left to play in the first half. Puts it into the middle. Beardencroft lays it off for Lepp. Tries to get a pass back to Beardencroft, but Beardencroft was offside on that first pass from Lepp. .30 seconds left. Last looks for each team in the first half. It has been all blue and white for the first 45. Harden gets a foot on it. Sends it back towards midfield. Walkington tries to head it forward. Running after it. But it'll go out for a Vikings throw. 10 seconds on the clock, and those seconds will harmlessly tick down. And that will end our first half here from Harrington in the West Region Final. The opener within 5 minutes from Morgan Monalili gives the Vikings a lead at the break. All smiles for Western Washington and for Concordia University Irvine. 45 minutes to save the season. We'll be back soon on Viking TV. Welcome back to Harrington Field. I'm Adam Race with Viking TV as the Western Washington Vikings hold a 1-0 lead at the break over Concordia University Irvine. And that first half was all Vikings. 6 total shots for Western Washington, 5 of them on goal. For CUI, 2 shots in total, neither of them on goal. They have not yet tested Western goalkeeper Claire Henninger. 2 corners for the Vikings. And in fact, Concordia University Irvine holding a slight advantage in possession, but they just were not able to get out of their own half for the vast majority of that first half. 2 total shots coming from Walkington and Carrillo, neither of them coming close to equalizing the score. It was Morgan Monalili just a few minutes into the match, intercepting a back pass and neatly slotting it away past the goalkeeper Urquiza to open things up. The Vikings looking to maintain this momentum. 45 minutes away from a 5th West Regional Championship in program history. It would be the 4th that they clinch here at Harrington. And a trip to the NCAA Division II quarterfinals on Saturday against the Colorado School of Mines. For Concordia University Irvine, though, this is not an unfamiliar position. They trailed at the half against number 1 seed in the West Region, Hawaii Hilo, last week on the road, and came back to win that match 2-1 in overtime. An equalizer from Jaden Carrillo and the winner in OT from Riley Walkington. The 2 leading scorers for the Golden Eagles got it done in Hilo. So as the underdog, down 1-0 at halftime, CUI has shown that they have the ability to fight back and cause upsets, and they're trying to do that again here to keep their season alive. CUI, when they did get the ball forward, usually tried to play it through Walkington, their second leading scorer. Carrillo, their leading scorer, wasn't too involved in that first half. Carrillo with 11 goals on the season to go along with 7 assists. That is 29 total points. Put that in perspective, the points leader for the Vikings this year is Morgan Monalili with 22. The Vikings, of course, have been a much more spread-out team on the attack. Many players doing their part. 4 goals from Claire Potter, 4 from Tara Zemer, 9 from Monalili, 7 from Estera Levinte. Levinte was involved less than we're used to seeing in that first half. Oftentimes the Vikings just like to get the ball up to her on the left wing and just let her work. Causes a lot of problems for defenders on that left side. Starting on the left wing for the Vikings in the second half be Ellie Busick. First appearance in this match for Busick, the junior out of Happy Valley, Oregon. So an interesting move by head coach Travis Cannell at halftime this match. Busick has been productive this year. In 13 games played, she's got 2 goals and 3 assists. 7 of those games were starts. A lot of depth on this Vikings team. Busick part of that. Vikings immediately on the attack. That pass to Diana Diaz is misdirected and taken back by Concordia. Now with Sofia Munoz. Munoz did very well to shut down Levinte in that first half. Those one-on-one situations, Levinte often feasts. Cuts left, cuts right. Puts defenders in a blender and gets around it, but Munoz held strong all half. The 1 goal coming down the middle on that high press from Morgan Monalili paying off. And you see why it's so hard for teams to win or even score here at Harrington, as the Vikings just don't let you out of your own half. CUI, one of 2 teams this season who's been able to score at Harrington. They tied 1-1 with the Vikings in non-conference play early in the season. Western Oregon, the other team to put goals in net at Harrington. But that back line of Katie Watt and Asia Harden, as they have all season, have been nails. Not let anything by. Emily Rice will come over to take this early corner kick in the second half. Calls it in the net. Western from the corner. Emily Rice, hand up, now sends the ball in. Top of the box. Looked to have mishit it a little bit as it goes all the way to the edge to Riley Walkington, who clears it away only as far as Peyton Neal is back on the pitch to start the second half. Started the first half, played very solidly. Ring placed by Abisucci. Neal stepping in for the injured Karina Provo. Picked up a foot injury against Point Loma last week. Ball goes into freshman Potter. Back to Emily Rice. Rice playing the ball up. Trickles all the way through for a goal kick. Ball played in the middle of the pitch. Filipovic on it. Filipovic went down with an injury briefly in that first half. Seems to be no worse for wear, though. That high press now from Diana Diaz, causing some trouble. Potter takes it off her now. Booted forward by Tara Zemer. Too hard of a touch, and it's controlled again by the Golden Eagles. Trying to play that ball over the top. Ocampo is the only person who could have made a run on that one, but it'll go all the way back for a goal kick for Henninger. Vast majority of the work Henninger's had to do in this match so far is goal kicks. Concordia University Irvine yet to put a shot on net against one of the top goalkeepers in the West region. All GNAC selection, Claire Henninger. That one's lofted over the top, running after it. It's Brett, and Henninger falls on it. Good control of her penalty area there. Applying the pressure was Walkington. Henninger sprung out to take control of it, though. Katie Watt looks ahead. Gives it up, and now it's played forward, looking for Zemer, but it's headed back. Nice little ball there. CUI plays it past midfield, now with Walkington. Walkington through the middle. In the middle now, it's picked up by Henninger. Offside on the far end. Jaden Carrillo was making the run, just a step offside, though. Could have been a dangerous break with a bit better timing on that run from Carrillo and just a little bit less on the through ball, but Vikings get away with it and get the free kick off. Press from Rice and Busick. Controlled by Munoz. Munoz running across midfield with it, pressured by Potter. Gets it up, looking for Carrillo, but it taken over by Asia Harden. Harden back to Henninger. 5 minutes gone. Vikings still controlling the majority of the solid possession, but CUI showing some life on the break. This is certainly a team that can take you by surprise, as they have against Hawaii Hilo earlier this year, and a lot of teams in the West region making this Cinderella run from the 5 seed all the way to the final. Nice little interception there. Fighting for it's Minji Rauch. They'll go out for a Vikings throw. Trying to play that ball up to Walkington as Carrillo. That ball does find Walkington. A nice little touch by Carrillo to get it up. Now tries to put it over the top. Katie Watt will be the first one to get there, though. And she'll let it go out of play for a goal kick. For CUI, they need to start giving the ball to their leading scorers. Carrillo and Walkington have had trouble getting into this match in the attacking end. They were the 2 goal scorers against Hilo. And this one's in the middle for Carrillo. Carrillo's guarded by Watt. Booted away by Peyton Neal. Headed back right off the face of Diana Diaz. Right back up to her feet, though, is Diaz, and a sliding tackle from Minji Rauch. Takes down Olivia Ocampo and draws the whistle. Head referee Will Nichols awarding CUI set piece and an opportunity to get a ball into the box. As an underdog squad that's played on the back foot for a lot of this game, these are the kind of set piece opportunities that they need to take advantage of to try to get back into the match. Many of the taller players in the box are in blue shirts. Tara Zemer, Claire Potter. That one went in strong. Zemer got ahead to it, now chases after it, sends it out for a throw-in for CUI. Near side, running with it, good tackle there from Emily Rice. Potter tried to touch it around the defender there, but it's taken back over. Will go out for a Vikings throw. Filipovic, Walkington, and Carrillo, the only 3 Golden Eagles with more than 4 goals on the season. More than 3 goals on the season, excuse me. Controlled now by Carrillo, put into the box. Watt stabs it away with the foot, and now booted away by Zemer. Top edge of the box. Good to see Layla Como back out there. Sustained what looked to be a pretty tough injury in that first half. I didn't think she'd be able to come back into this match. As Carrillo's on the far post, gets ahead to it. Side netting. Dangerous ball there. Finds Carrillo on the far post, making a run. Just can't put it on goal. Henniger was there, but at point-blank range, that would have been a very difficult save to make. Close call for the Vikings. Como went down with a left knee injury in that first half. Had to be helped off the pitch, but now she's back on the field. Putting it all on the line, trying to keep this Golden Eagles season alive, keep this run going that they've been on. When it gets to the tournament, all bets are off. Rauch comes in hard with that tackle, no whistle. Vikings control it. Diaz chasing after it. Diaz gets there first. Gets in the care of Busick. Busick cuts it back to Diaz. Diaz has room to shoot. Winds up, has a crack at it, blocked by Como. Walkington pressured by Watt. Watt wins it. 10 minutes gone. Signs of life from CUI. That ball to the far post almost found Jaden Carrillo. They are down, but certainly not out of this one. Emily Rice with it, takes too hard of a touch, and it's taken over. Looked to have maybe gone off the hand of Emily Rice. Head referee says no, though. It's maintained by the Vikings. Ball played on the far side. Out of bounds. Jaden Wynn on that far side. Started this game, came back into the game for the second half. And re-entering the game is Morgan Monalili, replacing Busick. GNAC Freshman of the Year, goal scorer in this match. Plays such an involved role in that team, it's hard for her to get a full 90 in the way she's always pressing for it, chasing after the ball. But when she is on the pitch, it makes a massive difference for the Vikings going forward and in defense. A long and successful career ahead in blue and white, surely for Morgan Monalili. CUI trying to move forward with it now. Taken back by the Vikings. With Wynn. Back to Watt. Watt all the way back to the goalkeeper, Henniger. Looks upfield. Now feeds it right back to Watt. Watt looking for options upfield. Finds Zemer. Zemer, nice little touch around the defender. Running forward now. Potter's making the run as well as Minji Rauch on the near side. Rauch cuts it towards the middle. Looks up towards goal. Has a shot with the right foot. over the top. Goal kick. Minji Rauch with their first shot of the match. Not a bad position to pull the trigger there, just got a little too far under it. Walkington now on the break the other way, guarded by Watt. Walkington fakes, shoots, wide. Still looking for a shot on goal are the Golden Eagles. Moving up the field, Asia Harden. Missed pass, tried to find Emily Rice, goes out for a CUI throw. Working with it is on the far side is Munoz. Dribbles it all the way out of bounds though for a goal kick. Played up, taken over by Rauch. Now taken right back now by Diaz. Tries to play Morgan Malo and Lillian. Takes a hard shoulder, no whistle. Right back up to her feet is Monalili. Taken back by Wynn. Plays up Potter. Potter in the middle. Potter on the wing, excuse me. In the middle is Diaz. Takes a deflection on the attempted cross out for a corner kick. Substitution for Western Washington. Estera Levinte will re-enter the game. Always a good sign for the Vikings. Will replace Minji Rauch. Levinte and Morgan Monalili now both on the field. The two leading scorers this season for the Vikings. The teams in the West region have not found an answer for either of those players going forward yet this season. Ball sent into the box. Headed away there by Como. Top of the box. Monalili has a crack at it. Blocked away by Como. Still at the top of the box, fighting for it. Now finally sent away as far as Peyton Neal. CUI trying to move with it in transition. Walkington lays it off on the far side, looking for Breton. Breton on it. Guarded by Neal. Towards the middle. Taken away easily to Diaz. Neal now with Potter. Back with Jaden Wynn, slows things down. Back to Watt. Vikings now 30 minutes away from a chance to play a national quarterfinal against the Colorado School of Mines. Would be the 5th national quarterfinal in their team's history. They won a West Regional in Golden, Colorado, home of Colorado School of Mines in 2016. There's a hard collision in the middle of the pitch between Emily Rice and Como. Plays restarted quickly. Be a throw-in for Western Washington. They won in Golden in the West Region Final en route to their 2016 national championship victory. But this year it's different as they have a chance to possibly play that quarterfinal at home if they can pull out the win here today. Offside there is Sofia Munoz. Stoppage in play as they want Asia Harden to readjust where this free kick's being taken from. Clock restarts now. trying to get to it as Sofia Munoz can't control it before it goes out of bounds. It will be another substitution for the Vikings, re-entering the match. Keisha Musket replacing Jaden Wynn. Musket started the match. Musket was one of the heroes last week against Point Loma, had a goal line clearance in the last part of the game to maintain that 1-0 scoreline that it ended with. That ball's over the top looking for Levinte. Potter taken off her by Como. Potter still pressing and got a touch to that one, but it'll just go back harmlessly to Urquiza. Potter pressing Urquiza. Urquiza now picks the ball up and searches for options, throws it far side. Carrillo, 3 Vikings around her, and it will be a throw-in for Western Washington. We'll have another substitution here for the Vikings. Abby Succi re-entering the match, replacing Peyton Neal. Similar substitution as we saw in the first half. Vikings head coach Travis Connell sticking with the same formula that has led to such success in his tenure here as Vikings head coach. 6 consecutive West Region final appearances. Top of the box sent in, headed forward. Potter's got a chance here at net. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, just can't take control of it. She's offside as well. Morgan Monolili, little uncharacteristic mistouch there, let it go under her foot. It's taken back by CUI. Now taken by Abby Succi. Passes looking for Levinte. Levinte chasing after it against Munoz. Munoz shields that one off, gets the throw in. Pressed by Rice. Almost wins it back, but maintained now by Guerra, sent far down the field. Henninger will be called into action to control that one. Claire Henninger yet to make a save in this match, but has been very solid. Controlling the box. Not letting those through balls get into the dangerous area where the Golden Eagles could equalize on a one-on-one opportunity. That might be a missed pass there, just recovered by Asia Harden. Succi loses it there. Harden cleans it up, boots it down. As far as Monolili. Now to Musket. Musket looks upfield. Plays it to Zemer. Zemer trying to play that ball through for Potter. Potter running after it. She will lose the foot race though, but win the throw-in. Maddie Clacy opting to just kick that one out of bounds, not take any chances. Potter in pursuit. Throw-in finds Monolili. Back to Musket. Musket plays it back to Monolili. Monolili touches it towards the middle of the net. Middle of the pitch, excuse me. Tries to send it towards the waiting Diana Diaz. Can't get past the defender, though. Looking for Carrillo up top. Katie Watt calm in possession once again. Watt and Harden have been locked down. Tara Zemer hustling for it, but can't win it. Throw in CUI, under 25 remaining now. CUI still just have not been able to really get a foothold in this one. They've shown some more signs of life in this second half. Chances for Carrillo and Walkington, but neither of them able to direct it on frame. They knew that they were the underdogs coming into this one, and they were going to have to scrap out any kind of chances they could get. And it might turn out that if they can't convert with an almost perfect efficiency, that they might fall by the wayside in this one against an extremely strong Western Washington squad. Walkington running after this one. Harden's there as well. Harden will get there first. Kicks it out for a CUI throw. Will be taken by Munoz. Munoz tries to find Walkington, but winning that ball instead is Levente. Levente goes down. Ball sent towards net. Henninger has to collect that one. Henninger fakes the throw, bounces it, now drop kicks it downfield. Harden controls it with the chest and heads it back under pressure from Walkington. Emily Rice now tries to get it ahead to Potter. Everyone missed the header there, but controlling it is Munoz. Tara Zemer to Potter, back to Zemer. Zemer trying to find Levente. Levente in space. Offside though. You have to say CUI has done a good job in this match of restricting Esther Levente, the ever dangerous Esther Levente on that left wing. That ball finds Potter. Potter all alone at the top. 3 defenders around her. Goes down, no whistle. Turning around and being dispossessed by Levente there. Suchi gets it back to Levente. Levente, a nice little touch to get around the defender. And another one. Levente at the top of the box. Cuts it left, shoots with the left foot. Just wide right. Magical stuff from Esther Levente. Around 1, around 2, and almost finish off that incredible goal. Round of applause from the crowd here at Harrington. Esther Levente can pull that out of the hat whenever she pleases. Goal kick is taken very short and gets to Zemer. Miss hit and now cleared away. That's a bad miss hit by Urquiza. Almost paid for it. Zemer couldn't quite get to the rebound though. Walkington with it. Gets it past the tackle of Suchi. And now the ball's played forward. Carrillo at the back foot. Can't control it just quite. And Emily Rice takes it back. Ocampo. Over to Carrillo. Carrillo trying to feed Walkington. Well defended by Harden. Harden on the ball now in the corner. Up to Rice. Rice wins a throw-in. Throw-ins off the head of Diaz. Diaz heads it up again now. Diaz tries to play it forward, taken over by Munoz. Ocampo on it. Controls it back to Munoz. Back to Ocampo. Ocampo walking forward with it now. On the wing to Carrillo, guarded by Rice. Carrillo cuts it back. Nice move around Rice. Sends it towards the box. Henninger collects. Safe hands from Claire Henninger. Far side throw for the Vikings, under 19 remaining. One save on the board for Claire Henninger, but it was off a half cross, half shot, did not trouble her too much. Still the only shot on goal that CUI's been able to put up. And it was questionable as well, but this ball over the top to Carrillo. Carrillo is in space. Going to work against Emily Rice now. Gets it into the middle, Henninger collects again. CUI's been feeding down that right side to Carrillo. Carrillo's just been sending it to Henninger every time. Harden up to Rice. Rice looks upfield. Finds Beardencroft. Estera fighting for it, as is Beardencroft, but it's kept with Munoz. Now with Ocampo. Ocampo plays it forward. Nobody made the run. Munoz was on that near wing, but not nearly high enough up the pitch to have a challenge at that one, and Katie Watt collects it easily. The freshman Asia Harden carries it upfield. Passes it to Beardencroft at midfield. Beardencroft gives it away. Ocampo in the middle of the pitch. Takes a hard tackle there. Gets back to her feet, though. It's with Walkington now. Walkington looks left. Cuts it back, and it's taken back by Monalili. Sends it towards Beardencroft. And now with Diana Diaz. Diaz up to Esther Levente. Levente towards the middle of the park. Passes it. Right there was Como to take it back. Musket chasing after this one. She'll get there before Walkington, and in fact, she will just let that one go out of play for a throw. Run up the field now is CUI. Running against the last defender, Katie Watt. Shot is taken wide left into the side netting. Making the run upfield was Gabby Breton. Vikings have still kept Claire Henninger not too busy as far as the save-making department goes. She has had to collect some crosses, but hasn't really been called into action on a shot just yet. Como with it. Pressured by Zemer. Gets it to Ocampo. Ocampo moving up the field. Tries to get it over to that left side. Taken over easily by Keisha Musket. Musket has a chance to carry it forward across midfield here. Cuts it back now. Looking for options. Moves forward again with it. Tries to get it to Monalili. Taken back there. Maddie Clacy. Monalili gets it up to Levente. Levente tackled there hard by Como. Goes down, draws the foul. Vikings a chance to set up a set piece here. Maybe a bit optimistic to go direct from this direction, from this distance, excuse me, but tall players like Sophie Beardencroft in the box could be a threat. Headed forward, Beardencroft's in the middle, flag is up. Connection from Beardencroft wasn't clean all the same, but almost a very well taken set piece as the header from Monalili went into the middle of Beardencroft. Beardencroft just a couple steps offside, though. Stoppage of play now as the ball is gone out of play. They had to go to retrieve it. Clock stopped right now at 14:34. And if play continues as it has for the majority of this match, the Vikings will hope to hold on. CUI not going away, keeping it close. One play going wrong for the Vikings, or one show of class from the Golden Eagles, can turn this on its head. This was around the time of the match that CUI leveled the match against Hawaii Hilo. Sliding tackle there, draws a foul. The yellow card will be given to Abby Suchi. It was a tough slide tackle. She definitely caught some of the player. Now the Vikings have to bear down to defend this set piece from CUI. Vikings in the box definitely have the height advantage. Jonovich and Munoz. The players standing over this free kick. Some pushing and shoving in the box. Head referee telling them to calm down. Diana Diaz and Walkington vying for position in the box. It will be sent in now. Whipped ball into the box. Almost towards net there, but just wide left. Carrillo had a shot at it. Got a piece of it. Couldn't put it on frame, though. Katie Watt looks upfield. Looking for Beardencroft. Now to Montalili. Nice little touch by Montalili to get it around Como. Calm as you like, just taps it over. Ball played forward, looking for Beardencroft. Be taken over by CUI, though. High press causing a lot of problems for CUI. Not able to set up a strong attack. They're just relying on these long balls over the top, and it just has not been working out for them in this match. Katie Watt and Asia Harden have gone and collected every single attempt almost. And Henninger's been there when that hasn't worked out. 5 shots for the Golden Eagles, only one of them on net. And it was no trouble to Claire Henninger. And now taken over in a dangerous area with Ocampo. Now to Filipovic. Trying to get in the corner to Walkington, guarded by Emily Rice. Go out for a goal kick. We'll see a substitution now. Jaden Wynn re-enters play. Will replace Emily Rice, it looks like. And we're taking your time on this goal kick as with under 13 minutes left to play. The Vikings might look to settle down with this lead. Slide tackle there. Can't quite take it off the Vikings, but now it is taken off him, and Munoz has it. Munoz back to Ocampo. Defended by Wynn. Wynn earns the throw-in. Good play right off the bench from Jaden Wynn. Ocampo with it. Back to Munoz, guarded by Diaz and taken over now by Wynn again. Wynn battling for it, earns another throw-in on the near side. CUI thought that was their throw. Head referee points the other direction. Over the top looking for Levente. Como heavy touch, booted back by Harden. Walkington looking for options up ahead. Carrillo's making the run. Walkington gets it to Carrillo on that right side. No green shirts in the box for Carrillo. Slows it down now. In the corners, Filipovic. Carrillo now does get the ball into the box. Far post, collision. Montalili went down on that collision with Annalisa Jonovich. Drew the foul. Montalili tracking all the way back to defend in the box. Jonovich had the tough task of trying to get the ball past 4 blue shirts. Could not get a touch on it. Clock comes to a stop now at 10:54. Let's get a look at Jonovich. Under 11 minutes remaining in regular time here. CUI looking for an equalizer to keep their season alive. Western Washington looking to put another West Region championship in their trophy cabinet. Peyton Neal re-enters the match for Abby Succi. Substitution for CUI. Entering the game is Madison Hall for the first time in this match, replacing Maddie Clacy. Madison Hall, the freshman out of Chandler, Arizona. Defensive player. CUI pushing as high up on the field as they can, fighting for every foot of space as they try to maintain some pressure on this Vikings back line, try to see if something can break. Thrown in off of Monolili, maintained by CUI. Ball forward, only as far as Harden though, kicks it back towards midfield. Maybe took a touch off a hand, no whistle, and Diaz controls it. Over to Neal, who lays it off to Wynn. Ahead is a Levente. Levente on it now. Levente cuts it left. Working against Munoz. Cuts it back towards the middle. Running with it herself. Gets it to Diaz now. Diaz looks up towards goal. Has a shot. It's blocked. Monolili has it on the far side now. Sends it towards the middle. Beardencroft has a touch on it, but can't put it on net. Now the shot by Diaz. Can't come off. Good pressure by the Vikings, and now it's taken right back by Wynn. Levente goes down, draws the foul. Good attacking play by the Vikings. Put some energy back in this crowd. Under 10 to play. 9 minutes for the West region for Western Washington. Wynn stands over it, lays it off back to Neal. Back line of Muscat, Watt, and Harden have the task of holding on to this lead for 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Monolili back to Watt. Finds Beardencroft. Kicked up in the air there by Guerra. Now back towards Ocampo. Taken back by Monolili, now with Watt. Zemer, a little miscommunication there with Diaz, and they lose it. Going the other way, Como tries to feed Walkington. Walkington trying to get after it, keep it in bounds. She can keep it in bounds. Left side, room to cross. Sends it into the middle. Headed away by Watt, top of the box. Chance for a shot here. Doesn't pull the trigger. Far side. Shot is wide right from Madison Hall. Claire Henniger still only one save from her in this match. It's a testament to this Vikings defense. One of the top in the nation. Performing at an elite level yet again in the biggest match of the season. That one's taken away from Monolili at half field, and now taken right back by Stara Levente. Stara running up that wing, showing the wheels, working against Hall, now against Munoz. Ball over the middle, looking for Beardencroft. Almost a perfectly weighted ball, but it will go all the way through to Urquiza. Cut back by Walkington. Played up now to Madison Hall on the right side. Hall running after it, won't get there though, out for a Western throw-in. Sophie Beardencroft exits the game. Freshman Claire Potter back on. Throwing for the for CUI, excuse me. Off of Wynn. Throwing again for the Golden Eagles. Downfield headed back by Harden. Potter fighting for it against Munoz. That'll go all the way through. Walkington running after it. Can't keep it in bounds. Vikings throw. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Potter on it. Draws the foul there. Being held on to by Munoz. Vikings will slow it down now. Get players upfield. Jaden Wynn will take the free kick here in their own half. Ball over the top, looking for Levente. Beautifully played ball to Levente. Levente controls it, back to goal. Just dribbles it over the line there. Throw in CUI, taken quickly to Munoz. Back to Hall. Walkington sends it up, but it'll go all the way to Henninger. Henninger controls it calmly, surveys her options, and now picks up the ball. Watt looks upfield, looking for Potter, up in the air. Diaz controls it. Now with Tara Zemer. Zemer far side for Musket, and back to Zemer. Under 5 remaining. Monalili up to Potter. Potter with it on the right side. Levinte into the middle. Earns the corner kick. Well done there by Claire Potter. Vikings are staying back in defense right now. There wasn't many options in the box, only a Sarah Levinte, but Potter's able to earn the corner kick. Vikings can slow it down. Monalili will take the corner kick on the far side. Only 3 blue shirts in the box. It's Levinte, Diaz, and Potter. It's taken short to Levinte. Levinte at the corner of the box, maintains possession. Plays it forward. Monalili runs after it. She will get it in the corner. Trying to show some moves here. And draws the foul. Vikings doing exactly what they need to. Some game management to run down this clock, as they are just 4 minutes away from a West Regional Championship. Musket with it, back to Monalili. Monalili cuts it towards the end line, sends it in the middle for Potter. Potter took a deflection off a defender. That'll be another corner kick for the Vikings. And CUI, if they're going to equalize and keep their season alive, send it to OT, they need to get it to the other side of the field in a hurry. Monalili takes it short, back to Musket. Musket sends in the cross. Potter's there, took a deflection. Potter now on it again. Cleared away there. Dangerous ball bouncing in the middle. Trying to get upfield to Walkington, but Katie Watt right there when needed. Fighting off Walkington and earning the goal kick. Very well done once again by Katie Watt. All season, I don't know if I've seen a single mistake from Katie Watt. Her and Asia Harden been unflappable. Henninger kicks it towards midfield. Headed forward by Como. Now back to Neal. Gets it up. Potter can't control it with the chest. Back to Como. Como plays it into Munoz in the corner. Munoz running after it, trying to keep it in bounds. Out for a Vikings goal kick. 2 minutes and change on the clock. Henninger taking your time on the goal kick. Rears up and kicks it downfield. Finds the head of Monalili. Pressure from Potter. Ball is sent forward. Asia Harden lets it run through to Henninger again. Waiting on it slowly and picking it up at the last minute. Making Munoz run all the way up to apply the pressure. And with under 2 minutes, Henninger's happy to just kick it around in her own half for as long as she can. Now boots it past midfield. Monalili controls it. Monalili around one defender. Stops the play and sends it back now to Zemer. Now to Watt. Musket with it. Gets it back to Monalili. Good play here from the Vikings. Monalili slowing things down in the corner. Game management time. Dancing around with it. Just over the line. CUI. 60 seconds for the rest of the season. Vikings have shown their class all match. Controlled it whistle to whistle. And just trying to close it out. And put a trophy in the cabinet on the end of a great season. and a chance at a national quarterfinal. "30-second stance between the Vikings and a matchup with the Colorado School of Mines on Saturday. It will through to Potter. Out on the near side, under 30 remaining. And it looks like the teams are slowing down as Wynn goes over to take the throw in, and it's a victory march now with 12, 11, 10 seconds on the clock into Levente. Levente will slowly control the ball, play it into the corner. 3, 2, 1. And for the 5th time in program history, the Western Washington Vikings are your West Region champions. A 1-0 victory over the 5-seed Concordia University Irvine off an early goal from Morgan Monalili in the first 5 minutes is all they need. They controlled the match from beginning to end. Only allowed 1 shot on net the whole game. What a great team performance from the Vikings. They will face the Colorado School of Mines on Saturday here at Harrington in a national quarterfinal match and a chance to go to Seattle for the Final Four. Final score, Vikings 1, Golden Eagles 0. I've been Adam Reyes on Viking TV. I'll see you again on Saturday. Good night, and as always, Go Vikes!